So I wanted to give you a little bit of a background about the hot rock courses that we're offering this winter. Now, until about 2-3 years ago, I generally spent my time over the winter suffering in Scotland with my ice axe tools, trying to climb these. They are amazing routes, but I always felt that I was missing out on rock climbing. Rock climbing is my passion, and if it's yours, then hot rock climbing is the future, really. When I went out, what I realised is these trips over the winter, and I was lucky enough to be working, are more than just a trip away rock climbing. It's like an impetus to keep you fit during the winter. So normally if during the winter, 90% of our climbing, 95 is inside, and it's all great. I love indoor climbing, I really do. But to have some focus to train for, middle of the winter, going away for a week, maybe 2, to go sport climbing in somewhere sunny is an experience that you need to have. And what that also does is you're going to come back from that hot rock trip with a new impetus to train harder for the start of the season. So hot rock climbing in Spain is really a way to keep you going through the winter, keep the motivation high. And so at Snowdonia Mountain Guides, what we've done is we're offering sort of hot rock trips to 3 places. The 3 places that we've spent like at least 2 months in exploring and climbing. The first is in northern Spain. We're going to do this in sort of like September, October time. It's Picos Du Europa is this amazing limestone venue. It has the Naranja de Bulnes, which is a massive limestone kind of tombstone dome. And on one side you have the Rabanavara, which is a sort of 16 pitch route with 2 pitches of 6C, really low down, quite shoot little cruxy moves, and then it's 6A and below to the top. Absolutely amazing route. But on the backside of this is a hard severe. I mean, it is a easy hard severe. If you climb severe, then we could get you up it. We could probably get you to lead it by the end. And then in the surrounding valleys, there is your typical sport climbing venues. But more than that, there's some amazing trad routes. There's some big sort of like almost alpine-like spurs and ridges, all on limestone. And we based just in Potes, which means we have all of this on our doorstep. If it's too hot, we can nip round to Fuente D and take the cable car up, where there's some smaller limestone towers. So Picos Du Europa is not just a sport climbing holiday, it's a little bit of an adventurous trad climbing one, and that's kind of one of the reasons that we're really keen to get some people out there. And then the second place that we're looking for, sort of slightly later in the season, sort of October, November time, is going to be Madrid. Now, there's a lot of climbing around Madrid. If you haven't heard of Pedriza, you need to look it up. It's the Tuolumne Meadows of Europe. The climbing there is just superb if you like friction slabs and granite cracks. The climbing is nearly all granite. There are different places, and there's like a starting place for granite slabs and a much more challenging place, and we can take you through that. And again, whilst it's mostly bolted, it's very adventurous. There's also the opportunity to go to the top of some of these big granite domes, so it's not just cragging, there are actual domes that we can get to the top of, and mini peaks like at La Cabrera and El Yemo, right in the heart of Pedriza. Besides that, there's also an amazing limestone venue called La Patones, which has got like pocketed limestone. Again, lots of routes from like 5 to 6B. It is, they're just line after line after line of good climbing. And then, if you want to experience something a little bit more sort of like in the wilds, then we can drive a couple of hours and go to a place called Chodes. Chodes is a small, compact area with just hundreds of routes from 3 to sort of 6A plus 6C. There aren't that many 7s, but for the 6th grade climber, it is an absolute beautiful place. And then an hour's drive up the road from that, although it's basically less than 20 kilometers away as the crow flies, but it's such a winding road. There's a place called Calcena, and there's a series of little limestone towers that you can climb on. And I think in combination with the granite of Madrid, Patones limestone, Chodes limestone and Calcena, there's a good 2 weeks climbing. But, we could do a week in either one. And this is, we're really flexible of whatever takes you. And we want to, try and match you up with the best climbing for the time that you've got. Later on in the season, sort of like December time, we're going to move right down south to Costa Blanca. This is like the hot rock destination for winter climbing. There are so many areas. There's sport, there's trad, there's single pitch, there's multi-pitch, there's little mini peaks. There's the Percopania, which is just, a fantastic like 10 pitch outing, sort of a VS if you take the easiest line up. And what we're offering there is both trad, single, multi-pitch courses. We can give you individualized coaching. We will, wherever we go, we will constantly be trying to up your game. But most importantly, we're just going to try and get the sun, get some sangria, get some paella, and really just, have what can only be described as a climbing holiday. We're going to get up, we are going to get to the crags, but, climbing in Spain isn't just about beautiful sunny rock. It's about experiencing a little bit of the culture and the food. And so I really hope that some of this may inspire you to think, hot rock climbing, never tried it before, sounds a bit, but actually it will change the way you climb. You will have, in the middle of winter, a new impetus in your climbing. It will propel you for the next season. It is ridiculously good to keep you motivated. So if you want to find out about our hot rock holidays in Picos, Madrid, Chodes and Calcena, or Costa Blanca, click and find out more, give us a shout. We really like having conversations with people and tailoring what your level of climbing, your how long you want to go, and the prices we've got are based on a week. We're going to provide accommodation and transport for that week. But if you're staying longer, we might be able to sort of discount. Or if there's 2 or 3 of you want to come out, we can look at providing some form of discounted rate for you if there's a group of you. So be great to hear from you. Thanks a lot.